that everyone has been waiting for, the Art Competition Awards. I'm sure you have all enjoyed the spectrum of artwork that has been displayed. We thank all those artists who have contributed to make this event successful. Before we announce the winners, I would like to invite السدر to say a few words about the exhibition. Can we please have a loud salawat?
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه المنتجبين. I start by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this opportunity to be able to hold the first art competition of its kind and to display it in this beautiful exhibition of art and photography. I would like to thank the team who has worked so hard over the last few weeks to produce the second competition of its kind after the poetry competition and the success of the poetry competition on Hussein sallallahu alayhi's competition. Alhamdulillah, we managed to produce another one. So I'll ask you, all of you, to send the reward to all the volunteers, members of the الصدر office and the volunteers who have helped shaping this exhibition and making this competition a reality. Please join me in sending the reward of loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Last time we met in the poetry competition, I said it and I'll say it again. Maybe some people think that having a poetry or an art competition is something we have taken from the West. Maybe they think this is because we live in England, that's why we did an art competition and a poetry competition. I said it last time and I'll say it again. The man behind the inspiration of having art competitions is no one but Grand Ayatollah السيد محمد صادق الصدر, known as the second martyr.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
In 1999, when Saddam, the dictator, was still in charge of our affairs, when the Americans still had their economical sanctions on our country, trying to break our will, when the Arab world and the Muslim world completely forgot about us, we had no hope. We lost all confidence that we were able to do anything for ourselves. And this man rose from nowhere with his coffin, revived the Islamic spirit within us, gave us that extra push that we need, and even he launched the art competition, inviting artists to come and produce something meaningful. Meaningful. So many years after his departure, when the office and his lovers, and you all, I'm sure, his lovers, get together to produce and to replicate a competition to support the young talents, it's no surprise. The aim of the competition was to inspire these young artists to come out. I said it in the poetry competition. If you write poetry or if you produce art, it's not just your friends who we want to know about it. It's just not your Facebook status that we want to be updated. We want to know about it. Don't think that you are on your own. Never think that you are on your own when you have such important talents with meanings to it. You are not on your own. We are behind you. We're behind you as the religious institution, not as individuals. I want the people in this blessed community to know that the Hawza al-Ilmiya, al-Muassasa al-Diniya cares about them. and is willing to support them and nurture their talents. Sayyid Muhammad al-Sadr empowered us. He gave us the confidence to come out and fight for our rights. Fight Saddam and fight the occupation. In 2003, exactly 10 years ago, 20th of March 2003, the American invasion started to Iraq. Everyone thought that Iraqis will welcome the invading forces with roses, because the Iraqis had no hope. They had no confidence. They're just powerless, and they were thirsty for those who are going to come and liberate them. And I heard some Iraqis in London label this as the liberation war. Illegal, unethical war that started 10 years ago, that destroyed Iraq. On the contrary, the day the American forces walked into Iraq, Iraqis came out carrying the picture of this man and saying, La Shi'iyya wa la Sunniyya, wahda Islamiyya. I don't need the West to tell me about anti-sectarianism. I know it because my leaders taught me to be not sectarian. 20th of March, Iraqis came and said, La ilaha illallah, Saddam adu Allah. Saddam was still in charge of Baghdad, by the way. I don't need the Americans to come and teach me that I need to speak for my rights. This man taught me to speak for my rights. Muhammad al-Sadr empowered us. Yesterday, hundreds and thousands of Iraqis took to the street to mark the 10th anniversary of invading their country. To mark the beginning of 10 years of war, crime, sectarian tension, opening the borders for terrorists. Sayyid Muqtada al-Sadr labeled that day the day of the oppressed, Yawm al-Mazloom, to highlight that we were oppressed. And just because Allah freed us from occupation and from tyrants, that we won't forget about others who are oppressed around the world. Yesterday in Iraq, your brothers and sisters have chanted for the oppressed in Palestine, in Bahrain, in Pakistan, and across the whole globe. The theme of the competition was Islam and empowerment. We wanted the young artists to tell us how would Lady Zeynep, عليها, how would she inspire them to draw and paint about empowerment? How does Islam empower you to fight modern injustices? And alhamdulillah, the result was amazing. The few photography that we collected from Bahrain, Palestine, and Iraq also showed some aspects of real life, real people who were inspired by Zeynep عليها to fight modern injustices. On behalf of the team, I can only apologize to those artists who've submitted that couldn't make it to the top 3. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward them. You, by coming here, you have rewarded their efforts, their long hours trying to produce these beautiful pieces of art. And on behalf of all of you, I would like to thank them and send the reward of a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad to them. But now it's the time to call for the top 3. So, without any further delay, and before we ask the top 3 one by one to come forward, and I'll ask you to say a few words in front of the people who have admired your art, I'd like to invite Sister Sakina to call up the winners.
Thank you. So now I'm going to start from the 3rd prize. Our 3rd winner is Sahir Rashid. Can I please welcome him?
to say mainly thank you for the organisers for giving us such a nice opportunity to express ourselves on such an important topic. There's so much going on in the world right now and all the time. So really just seeing everything in imagery and putting our emotions into it was just a very nice channel for us, and not to focus on the negatives that we can sometimes get frustrated with. So just thank you again, and thanks to all the other artists as well who took part. It was really lovely to see all your work.
Okay, and our second prize goes to Fatima Shabur.
And I'll call upon Said to come forward to get the prize.
Actually, it's not me. It's my wife, and like short notice they told me to come up there. Just like to thank everyone, the organisers of the course. Thank you so much. It was an amazing day, very inspirational. Everyone that took part, everyone that's attended today. I guess there's only little that we could talk about Sayyida Zeyna عليها. So there's different ways of expressing our love and her being as a role model to us. So just like to thank everyone that took part and
And now I would like to say the first prize goes to Rita Charles.
I'd just like to say thank you to all the organisers for giving me this opportunity to do some of our work, and there's been some really good work on the show.
And we would just like to ask her a question. What is it that inspired you to enter this competition?
Well, really was a friend, Fatima. She told me the story, and I researched it a bit, and it just really moved me, and I thought I wanted to express my feelings too.
Please can we have a loud salawat? I would like to say a very big thank you for everybody who joined us today to celebrate the birth of Lady Zeynep alayhi salam. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Al-Shahid al-Sadr office and of course Hassan al-Sadr for allowing such amazing events to take place. Inshallah, we hope to see you all soon in future events. Please can we have a loud salawat?